The fate of humanity is in your paws, but you're not a head of state or even part of a shadowy Illuminati cabal. No, in humanity, you're just a dog. Well, that's putting it lightly though, since you're A, Shiba Inu, and B, made out of pure light. People will naturally follow your direction. Humanity is quite a strange game when you put it like that. We've been sampling Humanity from its demo that was released alongside its proper reveal and announcement last week, and you too can grab it for a limited time from Steam or the PlayStation Store. We popped on the PSVR 2 headset in order to play, but it's also playable on TV, on PC monitor, SteamVR and the original PSVR as well. Now this is a real change of pace compared to Res Infinite and Tetris Effect. The goal of each stage is quite simply to direct endless crowds of humans from their spawn point to a glowing exit. As the old adage goes, an individual person might be intelligent, but once they're in a crowd, that intelligence level drops precipitously. So, in Humanity, they've been reduced to a mindless mass that is content to march forward unless told to do otherwise. That's where you come in, you handsome, glowing Shiba Inu. You can run around these abstract levels completely freely, and you can then bark at the skies to place a command that will direct the humans to change in direction, to jump, to long jump, to be a bit floaty. That's a strange one as well. The levels that you face are suitably minimalist, made from these large blocks that give you a simple structure to navigate and understand. Humans can climb up striped walls and survive a drop of 2 blocks. Darker blocks can then be pushed and dropped into slots if they're available, and you can also place a command on top of that block so that once it drops and people walk on top of it, they are immediately directed to do something else. There's also switches that will trigger other objects in the world to have some sort of effect, so long as people are walking across them. There's 10 developer-made levels within this time-limited demo that are currently available, and things escalate quite quickly. For one thing, there's the introduction of Goldies, these tall golden humanoids that will follow a crowd. And then there's things like large fans that can blow people around, and a few encounters with the Others. They're dark humans that are rather ominous looking, and which will provide some balmy lightsaber and cannon battles per the gameplay reveal trailer. You'll also be taught how to leap into and briefly possess a human to climb up higher than you can jump, and that as you're possessing them you can move through a stream of people at will, which is useful in some other puzzles. The demo also features one level where you have a limited number of humans, and another where you need to place all of the commands before you hit the go button. With the promise of 90 levels in the final game, there is sure to be a lot of playful puzzles, but that will be nothing compared to the creativity of the game's community and the inclusion of a level builder. With some developer curation, there's sure to be tens of thousands of great puzzles that will be created in pretty short order after the game's release. So it's a slight shame that the level creation tools aren't accessible in VR, but the rest of the game is. Res Infinite and Tetris Effect creators Enhance are the publishers this time around, with the game developed by Thar Limited and designer Yugo Nakamura. So while Res and Tetris Effect could be argued to be best played within VR, it's more of just being a nice option to have in Humanity. That said, there's a really pleasing level of 3D feel to this while you're playing in VR, and a nice style to the brief text-based cutscenes. While Humanity is fun in its own right, there's bound to be a lot of comparisons that will be made by pretty much anyone that is trying to describe what humanity is like. So let's get a few of them out of the way. From a Western perspective, you might note certain similarities to Lemmings. From a Japanese perspective, it might be something like ChuChu Rocket, for example. And from a design perspective, there's some of the minimalist sense of style of Echochrome. And if any of these video game touchstones appealed to you in the past, then Humanity is a game that's well worth keeping an eye on for when it releases later this year. And better yet, as we've already said, you can try the game out right now. There's a demo available across PS5, PS4 and PC to see that this is your kind of game or not. However, you'll need to be fairly snappy about it because this demo is only available until the 6th of March. Now that's all that we've got for this video, but make sure to check out the rest of our YouTube channel if you want plenty more PlayStation VR 2 content, and head over to the6thaxis.com for even more than that. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, then before you go, also make sure to subscribe, like, click the bell icon, the usual YouTube things, and hopefully we will see you again soon, whether that's